we will let her go up front, and then she gonna knock, but she gonna stay like to this wall. We're not gonna cross that threshold, and you will just stay here. My name is Charnay Fisher. I am the lead investigator at Fisheye Investigations Group. I am also the CEO of Fisheye Investigations Group. I started off like chasing fugitives and some crazy wild stuff, and I wanted to do something where I could help people and make money. And so that's what led me to open my own agency. My favorite thing about this job is to help people. When I first got into it, I was really big, and I still am big on like really helping people. People always call us with a problem, and like we are like walking problem solvers. So we conducted field work about approximately 2 weeks ago. One day was for a daytime, and then the second time was for nighttime events. We try to hit the fields at different times. The first priority is obviously like 6 a.m. and then we do it midday, and then we do it night. Most people are still at home at 6 a.m. Midday would be lunch, and then nighttime, the average person that's not out doing crimes or criminal activity or who doesn't work overnight is actually at home in the nighttime. For these particular cases, we conducted field work for 3 different cases on each one of those days. Particularly for the nighttime, there is a theft case that was involving at the library, and there's a prostitution ring that's here in Phoenix on the Blade, and then the last one, there's a homicide that happened at a strip clubs.
Force, coercion, things of that nature.
I just would never understand how you can meet a motherfucker, and they get your head like that, and I've had friends, like when I was 19, like one of my closest friends was escorted out and like was a real fucking prostitute.
Yeah.
And like that shit was a sight to see. Like I remember like I was in college and I found out she was doing it. And she went to like Miami with this guy, right? And she called me and she was like, bitch, I'm in Miami. I'm seeing Rick Ross. They in the Aston Martin, Ashanti here, blah, 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 blah. The next day, please come fucking get me. This man beating the shit out of me. I need you to come get me. I'ma fuck a few more tricks for like 3 days and I'ma stuff the money up myself. Come get me from the fucking bus station. 2 days later, I go to the bus station, I pick her up. When I pick her up, she got like heels like this tall, a wig that's like down to the fucking ground, and she just walking. And you can tell like the mental of what he did to her.
Yeah.
2 days later, she left again.
It did the same thing?
Yes.
It's
It's the mind thing that they take over. Like, it's so fucked up. And then the last time that it happened, she progressed her, like when he got her back from Miami, she was walking the Blade.
Yeah.
And I like was riding down the street and I saw her and I put on a black hoodie and I ran out there and I snatched the bitch. And for real, no bullshit. And that's the person who I was with in Houston. I was with her in Houston. Now her life is completely changed. But she got on drugs and shit. And he approached her to be her boyfriend.
Yeah, that's how this.
It's the approach. It's the approach to be your boyfriend. But for me, like, how do you go from being somebody's girlfriend or boyfriend to like, now I'm gonna be fucking for you and I'm gonna give you my money. Like.
Because of the mental that the person puts you through in a matter of like seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Good stuff. All right. So now we're about to head out to the field. We're going to be conducting field work based off these brand new cases that we've taken on.
And one old one.
One old one. We're going to radio whoop. We're going to get some body cams on and we're going to roll. I think we should take 2 cars because he riding.
I can drive one.
Okay. All right.
The first time, no. I just took it. Like, the way I got into it was one of my friends from high school. he got into some trouble, and his mom knew that I was a PI, and she hired a private attorney. And you know, once they do that, they can do whatever they want. They can tell them to work with whoever they want and whatever. So she demanded that this attorney work with me. And shout out to Ursula Gourdwin Law. She demanded that I work with her on this case or whatever. And so back then, it was not digital. So I met with her in her law firm. The first meeting, we just kind of just talked. The second meeting, she was like, here you go. And she gave me a fucking big ass binder and was like, here you go. Go for what you know. And I took the binder home and I just flipped through every page. And I immediately started finding the discrepancies, like the double charging and all that stuff. Started tabbing it out. And we would have weekly meetings. And I was like finding all this stuff. And at that time, like I got a chance to just do it all. Like go visit the crime scene, take photos, like all the stuff that we do now. But it was just me by myself. And it was just this one. And we worked it. He didn't get no jail time.
Really?
And he probably had like 40 charges. And they were getting high off meth. And like his mom was like well off, so she bought him a house. He had cars. Like he was like spoiled as fuck.
Yeah.
And so we got him off. And after we got done with that one, you know, me and her kind of developed this professional relationship because we were literally working so close together. And she's the one who told me about the contract. Yeah. She was like, you really good at this. Like you should go after this contract. Like a lot of my colleagues, like this is how they live. Like you can go and like get on it. And so I just went to the avenues to figure out like how to get on it. And I was on the waiting list for like 2 years. But yeah, I was just doing it all by myself. Even when I first got on it, I was doing it. Look, she flying. I was doing it by myself. I did it by myself for 2 years, and then it started to just like blow up. Most of the times we don't wear these out.
Yeah.
I gotta order you one too. You probably won't get this one until after your 3 months though. But we don't wear these out, but because he know we looking for him, we want to present the way we work.
Right.
So that's how we going. So for this right here, this is a cylinder. So we will let her go up front, and then she gonna knock, but she gonna stay like to this wall. We're not gonna cross that threshold, and you will just stay here.
Hello. Good morning. I'm looking for Nelson. How long have you lived here for? 2 years.
Who is she?
What's your name? Kiana? Okay, I'm just trying to locate someone. They're not in trouble or anything like that. If Nelson comes back, can you give him his card, please?
Actually, does she know him?
You know him? You said he lived here for 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was confirmed by someone that, he lives here.
This is the reminder that just moved out.
Alright, thank you so much. Have a good day.
So, they say he don't live here.
I
What
saw
ab-
him. I showed him Delphi. I'm like, which of your brother go get put here? Like, tell me which one it is. And he's like, it's the one on the 83rd. And I'm like, no, it's not one.
Have we ran like his family all the way down? Like found his mom and daddy?
No.
Okay. I guess that needs to be next.
It was necessary because he was answering.
Yeah.
We scheduled an interview and everything.
Yeah. All right, where we going?
In that case, it's required where that's why I was the one that was taking lead on that one because it's a Spanish case. It's a homicide. We were trying to locate a subject witness. We were told this is our client's friend, and we were trying to locate him, and his brother gets his haircuts with him. We ran background him multiple times. I was successful in speaking to him, but he canceled twice. So when they canceled, that's when we start knocking on doors. A young lady answered. She said she didn't know him, but it was confirmed that he lived there. Unfortunately, I didn't get the last thing, but we're just gonna keep going there.
No.
So what we're doing right now, we're conducting field work,
And the client actually just called, so that actually it's very helpful when they call and we're conducting field work. So according to the client, the police report is inadequate, and he provided us with the lead. So we're going to that location now instead of the one on the police report to try to locate any surveillance, right?
Right.
And he will be calling back.
Yeah,
right?
he will be calling back to see if we can have any surroundings that he either went to. I believe there's a couple stores he ran into to see if they're close, to obtain surveillance footage. Since it's so new this year case, it's a possibility that they still have the
Have it
surveillance.
retained. I'm hopeful. Any witnesses?
Just a young lady at Circle K.
We can go to that Circle K too. Do you ask him right now when he calls back what Circle K was it with the young lady? Because there's multiple Circle.
So the first aspect every time that we get ready to go into the field is always safety. Safety is my number one concern. Obviously, we're dealing with criminals and we're dealing with the roughest people in the town, and most of the time we are in the roughest areas. So I always want to make sure that we're safe. We're always concealing our weapons, and we do have means of communication, which are walkie-talkies. Based off of my training of being in the military, as being a law enforcement officer coming into investigations, walkie-talkies is the best way for us to communicate. I mean, cell phones can always die or go down. So walkie-talkies in the military is always our primary means of communication. So when we go out as a team, walkie-talkies will always be our primary means of communication, so we can transition those communications and talk to each other as quick as possible. The second one that we have introduced now are body cams. I thought that body cams would be a great aspect to bring to our team just because the police officers have them. And it also gives like more value and a visual to like who we are speaking to, because sometimes the prosecutors come back and say that even if we have a person to sign an affidavit, is notarized, and we provide their identification, sometimes the prosecutors try to come back and say that's not them. So I decided to like incorporate body cams. We hadn't been using it as much yet because it's something that everybody's starting to get used to, but those are very important pieces when we get ready to go.
That's a little bit past before 59th right here. It's going to be on the left side. It's by like a house that's located. That's the bus stop. This is 59th. This is where he was walking from to go catch that bus stop.
It starts here.
It starts here. And so I'm on his investigative report. So I'm thinking the reason why it doesn't have where he actually caught the bus stop, which is on 61st Ave, because remember they're tracking it. So I'm on the investigator, it starts at 35th. Then when they're speaking to the victim of from the items that was stolen from, then it says, the tracker moved to 43rd. So they're not going to have an accurate pinpoint.
We have to do a timeline.
This is timeline of the events. I feel like this is where this is at. So they don't have the actual area where he caught the bus. If that makes sense.
Just tell her it starts here.
Okay, copy. So what is our objective
To locate the bus.
for this area today?
What is the objective? Not to locate the bus.
Are we here just to check it out, or what?
Yeah, just to check it out, because based on it started at it says 35th that they received a phone call. Then when they talk to the victim, it says 43rd, so it is moving up the line of Camelback of the bus stop or wherever he initially came from. He stated he got the bag, received the bag from a guy that looked homeless off of what is it, 59th and Bethany. And so I think this is just a timeline of events, kind of get an idea of where the track of the bus went, or the path that he was on from the time he picked up the bag to when he caught the bus and when they initially stopped the bus.
So where did he pick the bag up off? At Bethany House?
Yes, at that park with the ducks.
Let's go to there.
Where is that at?
What's the distance from that park to this location? So we can pin this location if you want to pin it with your phone. Pin it. And then your notepad. And then we'll just be able to try to create a map on that.
10-4.
Wait, where's
Copy.
the park?
We're going to start talking about radio etiquette, okay?
10-4 is not like 10-4.
Yeah, this 10-4 is good, but Gracie is like, hello.
You know, in corrections, we got to use these codes. 10-4,
Oh
10-24. It's like, oh my God, it's happening. 10-24, come.
Where's this park?
Gracie, you know I got to talk shit.
You need to start.
I think it's just the understanding, when I think we just did a previous in the field some work, and it was like an eye opener. Like, you read about it, like we get a lot of these cases, we're reading the reports, we're like, oh, okay, we understand it, but to really gain the grasp and to see it in person is kind of different. And so that's what I really enjoy about it, because you really get an understanding. And sometimes when we watch surveillance and body cam footage, we see the background context, like either buildings. And, so when we were in the field, we're like, man, this is where it was at. Like, look there go the building. There go the mark that was on the tree. I don't know. You start to plug in the pieces. And so it makes it really real,
Monday at 7 a.m. That's fine. Yes. Huh? What you say?
Circle K has any footage.
Did you get some pictures?
Yeah.
Pictures here? Pictures here? Is that the bus stop that he said he was at?
No, he walked.
He walked where?
He didn't catch the bus from here. He said he was walking. I don't know where he was walking from, but he said he walked down. So he was walking.
59?
Yeah, he walked down 59. He said the guy kind of approached him. He kind of felt bad. He was like,
So he's walking that way?
Mhm.
From this part?
yes. And the guy stopped him and he said he seen how he was dressed. So the guy came up to him and he felt bad. So the exchange was there.
He felt bad for the guy?
Yeah. He said, oh, my mom, I do not steal that.
Okay. It is active in here. So now we are headed to a highly prostituted area. Right now we're leaving, as you can see, the homeless area. Oh, they got portable like sinks for them to wash their hands and everything. That's nice. I guess the next time we come over here, if it's like after lunch, if we come back, we can maybe talk to these people and say, have anybody ever propositioned you and tried to sell you a backpack? If they did try to sell you a backpack, would you look in it, or would you just take it?
Yeah.
Because you just want something to put your clothes in, or you want something to put your personal items in because you're homeless.
Yeah.
I just had an idea for after lunch, if y'all want to just stay in the field all day. We can come back and speak to the homeless people and see, like, has anybody tried to proposition them to sell them a backpack? And if they would look in the backpack to see what's in it, or would they really just be interested in receiving that backpack so they can put their personal items in it? So today is a field day. We normally hit the fields on Mondays and Fridays. So today is dedicated to the new cases that we just intook. And currently we're now headed to what they call the Blade, which is the prostitution area. We're headed there, do a little recon work. We don't suspect that there's going to be a lot of activity, but just like that park, there was a lot. I mean, the weather is breaking, so it's not in triple digits here in Arizona. So we're hoping to see this involve other, but I don't think we're gonna see her because it looks like she does lashes. So we probably gonna have to go clash her lash spot. We just want to see what we can see out there and maybe speak to see if there's anybody else that's out there that we can talk to. So just kind of where we headed at. After that, we have a few more doors to knock on to try to locate a few more witnesses. To be honest, only the third case. We haven't had a whole lot of big prostitution cases. Most of our cases have been a lot of homicides. So these are kind of exciting, I guess, just because of my history and some friends that I had back when I was a young thing. To see the growth and help somebody get out of that lifestyle. So now, it's coming back full circle right now for me. 27th, but I wouldn't be able to pick it out.
Yeah, but years ago this was not it. What happened was they moved it off of Van Buren and somehow it gentrified up to 27th and Camelback. I don't know why they chose this area, because back in the day, the 90s, 80s, this was a decent area. You had families, you got schools in the area.
Yeah.
So to see that it's become this, especially with GCU,
Right
which is
here,
built
yeah.
such a...
That's crazy. Because when I first moved here, we lived down that way.
Yeah.
I'm 27, but it was a Lamar. It wasn't a great area, but for me, when I got out here, everything looked cool to me. Fuck
Yeah.
shit. Coming from the South, like, this shit was beautiful.
different. Yeah, it
But now
was.
that I've been living out here, you know, for a decade, like, now I'm like, oh, yeah, this is not it. This shit ain't it.
Yeah.
But I've never really seen a lot of people walking up and down the street here,
I have.
over here.
I have. At night, it's active.
Okay.
At night, this whole area is active.
Prostitutes?
Oh my goodness. So I'll show you where you see most of it at is like down this street, but more so Pearson. So this is where when in this case this guy was telling her, look, you're gonna go walk the blade.
Here.
It was 27th and Pearson.
Right here, okay.
So what you'll see is you'll see him all up and down here. You'll see him congregate kind of in this parking lot area.
There's the
here.
one right there. Yep.
So you'll see it a lot, and then even back, like you can keep going back that way and you'll continue to see a lot of activity in this area here. So 27th and Pearson was one of the mentioned locations in the
report.
Yeah, where the young lady was saying this is where she was told she was going to have to basically walk.
This is more of like a canvassing because we're gonna have to come back in the evening time and do a little bit just like canvassing for this area.
Is that the Circle K that they were at?
Where did she go? She doing too much now. You know it's hot out here, right?
Yeah. So, you know, when we get to a case, like I mentioned, we get a police report. We also meet the client in the jail. So there's a lot of times where we get our leads from the police report, or we pull pertinent information at witnesses, but we also get a lot of leads from the client. For example, you know, because they were there when it did or didn't happen, or they know if they had like an alibi, that wouldn't be on the police report. It's only witnesses that the client can provide to us. So we get leads in both type of ways. So that's kind of where we'll go. We take a case, we'll try to pull witnesses from the police report, and then we'll actually physically go meet the client, and, you know, we'll work together on a strategy. And if they say like, oh, well, I was here on this day and this time, we'll try to go and find, you know, either like a facility or restaurant, a person's house. So each case is different, but that's kind of where we'll start to fact find and get more information.
Over.
Alright, I'm trying to get a photo of the 27,000 Camelback.
Okay. I said Tony is trailing you a little bit.
Alright.
Yeah, you'll see most of the activity